So when we left off, we set up the floor plan to be put into the drawing. So we're going to grab the floor plan right now and drag it into the drawing. When I drag it in, I can see that it's probably taking up a little bit more space than I want. So I'm going to go ahead and play around a little bit with the scale on the floor plan. So I go into the floor plan and I see that right now it is 1/8 of an inch. And so I go up here, and to make it smaller, I go down. So let's make it the next sort of common scale, 3/32. And then we can just go into the drawing and see what that looks like. And that's looking a little bit better. But the line that's on the bottom there is now a little big. So I'm just going to delete that, drag it back in, and allow Revit to resize the line at the bottom for me, so it looks much better. The last thing that I need to put into my, I don't know why this thing is always in the way there. Let's hide it. Oh, there we go. So the last thing that I need to put in is one elevation view, cropped, but crop lines not visible. So I go over to my elevation views, and I believe that south is the front view. So let's go set it up first before we drag it in. So I go look at my south view, and it actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe these lines are a little big. Let's look at where my crop line is. So let's unhide the crop line. Again, grab those toggles and drag them in nice and tight, and notice how the levels, the roof and floor level lines, tighten up as I drag in those. And you may want to also change what it looks like, because it's going on your drawing, so let's make it look pretty. You can do maybe consistent colors, or you can even go with realistic. There we go. That looks wonderful. Before we go in and put it in the drawing, let's turn off the crop line so it looks a little bit more professional. We go back into the drawing here and grab the south view, and we can drag that in, and it is a little big there. So we're seeing that it's 1/8. I'm going to go back into the south view, and let's make that one a little smaller as well. Let's see, where are we with that? Right now it's 1/8. Let's go down to 3/32. And now when we go into our drawing, it's looking better. I think I need to tighten that a little bit more, actually. It's not quite where I want it to be yet. So I'm going to go back into the south view. I'll turn on my ability to see the crop lines. Let's crop that a little tighter, and crop this one a little tighter, and see if we can get these guys to come in a little too. There we go. All right, that should hopefully clean it up a bit. Turn off the little ability to see those. Go back into our sheet and delete this one, and let's pull in the cleaned up south and see if that fits. All right, it's not ideal. Things are still a little bigger than I'd want them to be. So some of your points are for having things not too big. So if this was your test, I would recommend that you play with it a little bit more, but I think you get the idea at this point of how you can resize these things to make them fit properly into this drawing size. All right, so you should scale those down a little bit more, but I think that the explanation has been done at this point. I don't like those levels intersecting with the title block or with the border of the drawing. Views are appropriately scaled, so if I would end this in right now, I'd lose a point or two for this last little piece here. The views are appropriately scaled. Name is in title block. This is actually super easy to do. Just click either here or click here and get your name in there. I'll just put S.O. Sterhouse. And then you're going to print it to PDF and hand it in. So you'll just go over to File, go down to Print, and then just when you choose your printer, you're just going to choose Print to PDF. Accept all these defaults, assuming that you're on the drawing page. It'll print that drawing. Hit OK. Pay attention to where you're printing it so that you can find it back when you're ready to hand it in. And name it Osterhouse Test would work. We put Revit in there and hit Save, because when you hand it into Teams, it'll be obvious whose it is, because it'll hand into your little part of Teams. Then go ahead and hand it in, and that is all you need to do.